Oh, this is not 1v1, Schmitty. This is indeed 2v2. You said 1v1, didn't you? A 1v1 replay. Huh. Okay, well. Wait. High, golden threes, and plat 2 in duos so far this split. Okay, so this might actually be platinum. A platinum 2v2 replay analysis because you said 1v1, but this is not a 1v1 replay analysis. So we'll assume this is a platinum 2v2 analysis. All right, plat 1 replay analysis for Schlick Schmitty. See what we got here, Schmidt. So right away, teammate AFK, gotta love it. Got to love it. So what I'm gonna say right away is once you see your teammate not go for the kickoff here, obviously this is, you know, a pretty crappy thing to have to point out, but after you grab this corner boost, let's turn to the left instead of the right. Let's turn defensively instead of offensively. Grab this boost and turn towards the net, because since our teammate didn't go for the kickoff, you can assume this guy is probably about to just put that ball on target. So give ourselves the best chance possible to get there and save it while our teammate is AFK by turning towards the net after we grab the boost in this situation. Okay, teammate is now playing again. Good, good. Okay. So after we get bumped here, let's just keep our cool here. Drive forward, because by reversing into this play here like we did, yeah, we're trying to keep our momentum, and that's cool. But by keeping our momentum in this direction, we're getting too close to the play here. So let's just start driving forward and reposition ourselves. Don't overcomplicate your recovery, which you definitely did a little bit here. Okay. And then what I will recommend here is when you have a lot of time on a ball that's coming towards your net like you do here, right? He didn't like shoot this really hard. It's not coming at you really fast. You want to wait until the last possible moment to save it. You want to wait as long as possible to save it. That will give you the option to either catch it or, what does your name say? Glitch Midnight. Jesus. 3 years. Holy moly, bro. Holy moly, that's like the longest, one of the longest followage times I've seen in a minute. That's wild. But yeah, wait as long as possible to save this, because that gives you the option to recognize if you have time and space to catch it, or if you don't and you do see him challenging you, you can always still jump up and hit it to your corner. Because those are our two goals every time we're clearing the ball in defense. We either want to be catching it and taking possession, right? If you see that this ball has enough arc on it that it's going to land in front of the net instead of just go straight in and you can just catch this, then that's ideal. If you notice though that he is chasing down the ball after this touch, then that obviously means you're going to have to clear it. You're not going to want to catch it in front of your net and allow him to take a 50-50 with you, because he's probably going to force it in. So at that point, then you'd want to get behind the ball as it's coming this way and diagonal flip it into the corner. Diagonal flip it into your boost. That'll carry your ball, or carry your car's momentum also into the boost, and you can clear the ball and secure your corner boost in one movement. All right, next. Okay. So again, you guys know my style. When somebody, for everybody, but especially when somebody's this low of rank, I like to give as much general advice as possible. I'm not going to sit and point out everything that you didn't do that a SSL player would do. Obviously, we'd be here all day. So the general thing here is to remember rotating away from the play. And if you've been paying attention to my analysis in more recent time, I have actually developed the concept of what that really means even further, to avoid like circumstantial differences of when you should or shouldn't rotate into the play. So when I say rotate into the play on a deeper level, what I mean, or when I say don't rotate into the play, rotate away from the play. On a deeper level, what I mean is rotate behind the direction, behind your teammate, in the direction that he's going to have to go for the ball. So what I mean here, what's up, Dark? It's almost 1 month old analysis. That's not that long in Rocket League. Like, you're not going to get that much crazy better in 1 month. But anyways, we see this. So we see this ball. He makes this touch, and it's coming in this direction, right? So when our teammate inevitably goes for this ball, he's going to be making his play in this direction. So this is where it clarifies that deeper concept, that deeper understanding of what I mean by don't rotate into the play. This is where that comes into play, because this looks like a whole bunch of open space that you should have no problem rotating into, but the play is about to go this way, so you want to rotate out this direction. And by doing so, you're also going to be giving yourself the opportunity to go for this demo on this player as he pushes this direction. So just another example of how rotating away from the play always gives you more options, creates more good things that can happen than rotating into the play. So that's what I mean on a deeper level when I say rotate away from the play. Rotate behind your teammate, and your teammate is about to have to make this play in this direction. The play is about to move in this direction. We're going to want to go this way. Okay, is that a good boost steal? I looked away. I would not go for this boost steal here. It's not super dangerous because like that just happened. There's not a whole lot of danger of going for this, but there's also not a whole lot of reward in going for it. And so there's not a whole lot of danger in going for this, but there is not zero danger. You are opening up the opportunity that you put yourself too far away from the play to get back in case some way, somehow this play develops, offensively towards your end. You're now so far in their half that, there's the possibility, it's not a non-zero chance that you could just not be able to play defense on a play where you need to. And there's not a lot of value, like I was saying, going for this boost because the play is over here. All the cars are over here. If anybody on their team goes for this boost, it's a misplay to begin with, and you would actually invite them to go for this corner boost if they want to, because they're leaving the play so far. It's just a misplay by them. So I would not like to see you steal this boost because there's no reason they should be going for it in the first place. So you're not getting any value out of that boost steal, and you're only opening the opportunity that you could get punished for going for it by being too far in their end. So instead, you see this mid boost is up, just go for the mid boost. Keeps you closer to, being able to play defense if you have to. Your teammate gets the next touch, and then you're just closer, more ready to play offense. So just think to yourself, when you're going for that corner boost steal, I wouldn't say you really need to think about it. This is something you'll learn over time. But the play is over here. All the players are over here. If anybody on their team goes for that corner, it is a misplay on them in this moment because that is a threatening ball that somebody needs to be playing. Hope that makes sense. That's how I view it. Let's see this. So, okay, this is a bit more specific, but it's also good advice. I'm kind of getting a little bit like apparently Jack here when he does his analysis. He points out a lot, but I'm kind of, I'm mixing a little bit of his particularity into my more general replay analysis tendencies. Get a little bit of a mix of both, but you should just go all the way back, I think. Well, I don't mind you fake challenging here, but the mistake is just stopping. Because you know in your mind that you're not challenging this, right? Like, this should be a fake challenge, like it is, just to try to get them to hit it away back to your back corner, which they do. But because you stop, KK is just what old people say when they mean K. When the internet started back in the dark ages, it was cool to say KK instead of just K. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Anyways. Anyways. Yeah, you're just stopping for no reason. If you actually take a 50-50 here, it's bad. This would be a really bad challenge for you to take because he has a ton of momentum going this way and you're last man. So you're probably going to get crushed on this 50-50. They're both right here. So even if it stays close or it shoots out mid, whatever, he has an instant player to follow up on the 50-50. So you do not want to take a 50-50 here. And I think you know that. You're just fake challenging, but you could have fake challenged without completely stopping and killing your momentum here. Don't worry. I'm old enough to know that as well, Schmitty. Okay. Another misplay here. So this was all fine. You get the clear across the backboard. Well done. Here, it looks like you're trying to bump the next person who's coming to challenge the ball. But after like this point, where just there's nobody there, I would like to see you get back behind your teammate again. It wasn't a terrible idea to try to bump the next person coming for the ball. But after it doesn't happen, then just start rotating back. You're just leaving your teammate here in a 1v1 and eventually a 2v1 by just continuing to drive upfield. So we do not want to leave our teammates in 1v1s or 2v1s. That's what you've been seeing me a lot today do, is I'm constantly trying to keep my teammate in front of me. And by doing so, I'm never allowing him to be in a 1v1 or a 2v1, or I'm minimizing it as much as possible. If my teammate's constantly in front of me, that means it's a 2v2. But if I'm in front of the play and I can't see my teammate, that means he's back there and he's in a 1v1 or a 1v2. Beautiful. Okay, we could have just caught this. We had time. Take your time when you have it. Right here. Take time. When you have time, take time. He's not making another touch on this ball. Recognize in this position. When you see this, boom, he flips into it. And, how can we recognize this? Right there, you should be able to tell that he is not able to make another touch on this. As long as you don't, this is sometimes happens. I mean, especially when you don't have good ball control, this can happen, right? The ball comes down and you try to catch it, but you get a little too far forward and you shoot the ball upwards, right? It bounces off like the middle of your car and shoots upwards. And then this guy drives through it, or he lands through it and dunks you and it's in your net, right? We all know that happens to all of us when we're new at Rocket League. So if you're afraid of that happening, you can at least take a softer touch, like a single jump into the ball just to keep it moving forward, to make sure you don't accidentally do that. Or more of a diagonal flip, hitting the ball with the front of our car instead of the side of our car. Again, just to keep the ball in front of us. It would roll up the wall. We would get the 100 boost right in front of us. Again, just like we pointed out back in the other play when we were in front of our net playing defense, and I told you to take one flip to hit the ball towards the boost and your car towards the boost in the same flip. You have to do a diagonal flip to do that most of the time. Diagonal flips are our friend. We got to be able to do diagonal flips, and especially down the line speed flips. Those diagonal and speed flips are really good for getting touches that move the ball and your car in the same direction at the same time. One touch to do two things. Okay, let's see this really quick. Try not to turn off your ball cam if you don't have to, right? Like right here, there's no reason we need to turn off our ball cam. A lot of the time, keeping our ball cam on just sort of makes the gameplay a little bit cleaner. It makes everything the picture, the holistic picture of what's going on the entire field. It just makes a bit more sense. When you turn your ball cam off and the camera's just moving wherever you're facing, it makes things a little hectic and it makes it a little harder to tell what's going on. So if you don't have to turn off your ball cam, don't. Right here, didn't have to turn off our ball cam. We probably would have had a lot easier time seeing that we were not gonna, hit this ball. We could have probably made a better decision there, whether it had been just to go for the drive challenge, to demo the player, or to just secure the boost. But I think that bad play there just sort of stemmed from turning off our ball cam there. Honestly, it's a small detail, but I think that just that one thing, turning off our ball cam, is what makes us make a bad play there. Oh god, the classic. Classic meaning to flip and you just double jump. So if we're gonna make a play up the wall here, let's just make sure we're staying behind the ball. Right? Make sure our touch is off the back side of this ball. Instead of getting our touch underneath the ball, where with 44 boost and having the mechanics that we have, we're not going to be able to make a play like this. Even if we did have more boost and we did have better mechanics, we would still want to be making a touch that brought the ball more this direction. So if you're going to make a touch up the wall, especially at your rank, I would say generally make sure you are behind the ball, making the touch going downfield in at least some sort of angle towards their net instead of just straight up. Not a lot you can do with the ball at this rank when you just hit it straight up at the wall. Okay, that's just the goal. Was not expecting that. Nice. Nice save. Okay. A little bit of downtime here, right? In this position here, let's go ahead and get ourselves in a better position. Nothing's happened yet, but we are in a bad spot for anything that could happen. If he hits this towards our net, I can draw sort of three-dimensionally. If he hits this towards our net, we're going to have to turn around to try to save it. Why not preemptively turn ourselves that way to begin with? And yeah, we just want to be positioning for the most threatening thing that's about to happen. So here, if he makes a soft touch, the only reason I could see you arguing that you would want to stay facing forward here is to get ready to challenge a soft touch that he tries to maybe pop it up before going for a shot, or pop it up to get underneath it for a flick. But I would argue with this much space between you and him, if he makes that pop touch, he's got you beat anyways. So I would just like to see you get turned around, face the net, get into a shadowing position now, rather than having to do it once the play is already threatening and it's already coming at your net. See, you ended up having to be in that position anyways. You do your 3-point turn, and you end up being in that exact position I tell you I want you to begin with. You could have just been facing this way to begin with, and then you might have actually just been able to jump up and block this rather than the ball doing tricks on you, throwing off your ball cam, and it was just too awkward for you to react to it. Ooh, good try. Just needed a flip. You had that save. I will also say that while everything that I'm saying is true, I would also not be mad if you just went in and you played aggressively. Because, you know, at the end of the day, not everybody has a ton of time to devote to playing this game, and you know, I don't know how seriously you even are about like wanting to rank up that much. Like, it's just a game. I know it, you know it. We have lives outside of Rocket League, and so, you know, if you're just playing and you're just playing, then, you know, play however you want to play. If you like playing like this, you like playing sort of smarter and taking your time and trying to make smart plays, then cool. But if you're really wanting to get as good as possible, and you don't have time to do any training, you don't have time to do workshop maps, to do training packs, to play a bunch of 1v1s, but you still want to try to improve at this rank, I would say just go in, and you could get a lot better a lot faster just playing aggressive, because you'll get better mechanically a lot faster just playing aggressive, playing fast, playing stupid essentially. Because at this rank and where you're at, you just don't have great car control. That's to be expected at this rank. And if you don't have the time to do things outside of your 2v2 games that improve car control, then your best bet, if you still want to have the best chance of ranking up, is just going to be to play aggressive, because that's going to give you the most exposure to playing fast and learning your car and how to control it in a whole bunch of situations. You keep doing this. I don't know if this is intentional at this point. You keep doing these single jumps. Might just be having fun. Can he get back for the save? Doesn't need to. He missed a shot. Beautiful. Okay, again, we're making that same play we did earlier, where we're leaving our teammate in a bad spot. We're leaving him in a 1v1, 1v2 to drive upfield looking for a bump or a boost or something like that. Right here, boom, this happens. We threw in our challenge. Notice our teammate's still in a bad spot, so let's not leave him high and dry here. Let's start turning around, grabbing pads, and getting back to play defense instead of pushing upfield here. Try to stop leaving your teammates in a 1v1 or 1v2 when you're playing. I think at this point you're just almost waiting for the game to end at this point. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I think that's gonna be it. All right, that's all. Did you guys end up forfeiting after that one? You guys are refusing the forfeit, huh? Oh yeah, that's it. GG for sure. Okay. Yeah, overall, what were the most repeating mistakes? Leaving our teammate alone on defense, number one. That's not in any order. of importance here, but leaving our teammate alone on defense, want to limit that. I think that was really our only recurring mistake. Everything else was like a one-time occurrence. Not bad overall, honestly. It's just like your mechanics are where they're expected to be at this rank. Like I said, depending on how much time you have to play or how serious you are about wanting to get better, will sort of determine whether it'd be smarter for you to just, you know, face tank the ball every game and just be super aggressive to try to individually improve as fast as you can, or if you have a lot of time to devote to training and 1v1s and training packs, workshop maps to improve card control, then you can maintain sort of a smarter play style in game and improve your mechanics outside of the game. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed the 1v1. If you're watching on YouTube, comment down below what you thought, what you agreed with, what you disagreed with, maybe what you caught that I didn't point out. Keep in mind, like I said, when I'm doing these lower ranked replay analysis especially, I don't point out every little thing. You know, at that point you could point out that they breathed wrong. And then, yeah, that's it.